guaranteed bucket of money. It's guaranteed. Unless if you're working and you have a pension through military pension or a state pension through your working, and have the luxury of potentially having that guaranteed income, Social Security is another bucket that is really essential to retirement planning.
I just have a quick question. If you just said that the funds were running out because of all of the baby boomers that are going to be going into retirement, and that the Social Security doesn't have, it's hardly going to be able to fund that, how is it going to be around once those people start, like once the next wave start coming through?
Well, that was a great question. It's Margaret, correct?
Yes.
Margaret says, well, if there's can only fund 75% of the benefit until like 2035, then how's it going to be around? Well, again, when there's stress on the Social Security system, what they do is they find ways to fund it. And we'll be getting, and I'll touch on it, either through taxation, taxing a larger percentage of the benefit,
so then
or raising the percentage withdrawal out of income, stretching out the age of eligibility to beginning to receive, stopping cost of living increases, other ways, and we're going to be getting into this when we talk about estate planning. Death taxes. There may be a point where all of a sudden, it's nice today, if you're a couple, you're 22 mil, you don't pay any federal estate tax. Who knows what may happen? They may have to go and say, okay, go back and revert to the laws years ago and say, if you have an estate over $1 million and you die, guess what? You're taxed at 40%. So they will, that's why I share with you, and there's always been a crisis in Social Security, which there was in the 80s and the 90s, they found a way to fund the program. And there are some of the challenges that we face in retirement. We discussed about that piece, that dream, that small piece of the dream that we have to make it last. When are you eligible for Social Security benefits? 62 currently you are eligible for benefits under the law. One thing to keep in mind, we're taking a look here at the full retirement age. But one thing to keep in mind at age 62, if you draw early at age 62 Social Security, you're taking a reduced benefit. That benefit from your full retirement benefit can be 25%, will be 25% or slightly more as a reduced benefit. And if you're working and you have earned income over a certain allotted amount, your Social Security benefit is also reduced. So the advantage of taking Social Security early, depending on your personal situation, can be a challenge. This shows you the particular year of birth and the full normal retirement age. And then again, we talk about the reduction. That's why I say from 43 to 54, you're looking at a 75% reduction. And here you can take it, if you're born in 55, 56, 57, 58, you can see how that reduction increases if you take benefits early and reduce benefits. And again, Margaret, that's one of the other scales that can be played around with, but that probably will be played around with when Social Security, when the dollars and cents start to decline in the pot. Working after retirement. This is important. Now, I'm going to make a clarification. When we think of Social Security, a lot of times this can become confusing, because there's really two components that can affect your retirement or your Social Security when you take it early. Well, taxes and working. Two separate components. If I'm 62 and I decide to take my Social Security and I earn more than $17,640, they're going to take back some of my Social Security benefit. They're going to reduce that benefit. $1 for every 2 that I've earned. We'll take a look at an example. But when you earn money, take early Social Security and have earnings over the earnings limitation, they call it, you're sacrificing your Social Security benefit during that period. Once you reach Social Security age, full retirement age, you can work and make as much dollars as you desire without losing any of your Social Security benefit. So keeping in mind, if I retire prior to my full retirement age, or excuse me, if I desire to draw Social Security before my full retirement age, and I'm working, and I earn more than the allotted earnings limitation, I'm losing some of my benefit. This gives an example. I earned $50,000. I earn over the limitation $32,000. My Social Security benefit is $25,000. Well, my excess over this earnings amount is $32,000. They cut that in half and reduce your benefit. So by working early, my Social Security benefit that was $25 and change has now, I'm only allowed $9,716 to keep in my pocket. Why can this be detrimental? Because you don't know what that reduction is going to be to the following year. It's a look back. So if you were drawing that $25,896 and all of a sudden they reduced you down to $9,716, that reduction is $16,000, you don't get a check until you paid that $16,180 back. Now we can see some of the challenges by taking Social Security early and working.
Does that include like pensions? You talk about pensions in your total earnings?
No, just earned income.
Earned income
Earned
from
income.
another job, not pensions?
Not pensions.
Okay.
Correct.
And does that carry on? If you would continue to work, would that carry on? Or if you quit working at 62, would it go back to the 25?
Correct, because again, you would not be over the earnings limitation of $17,640.
So it's only per year, it's not
Per year.
a fixed thing, okay.
Correct.
Okay.
So it's per year. If I earn over the limitation, so you can work part-time, earn $17,640, and collect full Social Security. But if you're earning more than that, then there's a challenge. Taxation of Social Security. Up to 85% of your Social Security benefit may be subject to income tax. Probably most everyone that's working in the room will probably find this is probably true in the fact that up to 85% of your Social Security benefits may be subject to tax. There's two thresholds. If you're earning up to $32,000 or below, you are not taxed on your Social Security. If you earn between $32,000 and $44,000, 50% of the benefit is taxable. If you earn over the threshold of $44,000, 85% of the benefit is taxable.
What's the definition of earned?
Earned income would be, think of it, self-employment income, W-2 income,
Okay, not dividends and.
not dividends, not interest, not
pensions.
pensions. It's earned income that you've earned by working, that you've employed through 1099s, self-employment, W-2s. That's earned income versus passive income would be your investments, your dividend, pensions. That is not subject to the taxation of Social Security. It's not, I should back up. There's a determination of earned, that's earned, that's a different ballgame. Let me back up so it's clear. Earned income is on the working side, over the threshold. Your passive income, as far as taxation goes, is added up inside your total to determine the taxation of your Social Security benefit. So again, there's two separate components. The working side, if I'm earning money, if I earn over the $17,000, my benefit's reduced. The taxation of it includes your passive income, interest, dividends, pension, municipal bond, tax-free interest. That's called provisional income. That is all tallied up. And that is all tallied up. And 1/2 of your Social Security. is included in that provisional income to determine these thresholds, to determine the taxation of your Social Security. And thanks for bringing that to my attention, because there's two different components. The taxation, which includes passive income and pensions, to determine the taxation, but on the working side, it is not included if you're drawing pensions and earned income on the reduction of your benefit.
So a guy that gets $20,000 of income off of, say, dividends, you will be taxed at 62,
Now, that's included in the formula
a formula.
to determine the threshold to determine how much of your Social Security is taxed. So there's a formula, and that formula is the determining factor to put you in a threshold amount, either over the 32 or the 44, that determines the taxation of your Social Security. Your dividends, your pension income, that's taxed at your ordinary income tax rate. What we're determining here is what amount of my Social Security may be taxed, which is determined by a formula of what they call provisional income, which is adding all of your earnings, passive, active, 1/2 of your Social Security, cumulatively, to determine the threshold, and if you're above that, then your Social Security amount is taxed either at the 50% level or the 85% level. And